Hi, it's Gary. Welcome to today's video. So today, it's new parcel day. This package arrived this morning from Melbourne, and in it, well, I've got some inks and I've also got a nib unit for a TWSBI 580. So the nib that I've currently got in my TWSBI 580 is an extra fine, and I've ordered a broad unit so I can play around between the two. Join me down on the mat, let's unbox this. We'll have a quick look at that nib unit, but then we'll get into the fun and we'll look at the inks, we'll swatch them up and see how they perform. So here we are down on the mat and it's time to dig into this parcel. So let's quickly open up the end. So the first thing we get when we open up, well, we get another box. So nicely packaged anyway. I'm just going to remove the invoice from the bottom of the box and let's see what we've got in there. So turning around, so we're taped up again. So this package has come from Pulp Addiction over in Melbourne. I normally order just pens from there, so I thought I'd go and get some inks as well because it's the only place that sells Diamine inks and that's what should be in this box. So let's open it up. Really well packaged. More sellotape there, more sellotape on this side. And hopefully that's the last of it. So opening up. And what have we got? Wow. Not a lot of this plastic polystyrene stuff today, which is good. I really don't like the polystyrene packing. I know it's easy and it does help to protect what's in here, but I just find, well, it's a little bit of a nuisance because it's not something which is easy to get rid of. So let's have a look, see what we've got. Let's push this back. So the first bottle here, this is a Diamine ink. This is Oxblood. Next, well, we've got another Diamine ink. This one's Molar. I'm going a little bit for that reddish vibe at the moment. Next item, Ancient Copper, again sticking with that sort of reddy orange look. Going slightly off, so now we've got Tobacco Sunburst, so we've got a brownie ink. Sapphire Blue, which I'm hoping is a really nice deep blue colour. And then the final ink, Aurora Borealis. So that's like a bluey green. What else is in here? Well, we've got this green package here. Don't really want that at all. So again, that's something that will go to be recycled. The final item in here is this. So this, it's a replacement nib for a Diamond 580. So my current Diamond 580 here, it's got an extra fine nib. And I'm trying to move more towards those broader nibs at the moment. So what I've done is I've actually ordered a broad nib replacement unit. Now, according to everything I've seen on the internet, it's really easy to replace the nibs on the Diamond 580. So it's just a case of you screw it out and you screw the new one back in. So that's what I'll be doing later on. I'm not going to do that on the video. What I will be doing though is I'm going to take these 5 inks and we're going to swatch them. So we'll do that on the video so you can see what the colours are looking like and see what my thoughts about them are. So I'm just going to move everything to one side, fetch in my swatching kit, and then we'll get on with that. So here we go, ready for the first swatch, and we're going to start with the Diamine Oxblood. So it looks like a reddish colour. Let's open this up, just give it a quick invert to make sure it's all nice and mixed. Okay, so I'm going to fetch my glass pen. When I'm doing my swatching, I use the glass pen because it's easy to switch and clean it off between inks. So this is Diamine Oxblood. So that looks like a really dark red at the moment. Whilst that's drying, let's do the swatch. So I'm just using a letter opener here to dip into the ink. Let's spread this around a bit. you know, I can understand why it's called Oxblood. That really does look like a blood colour to me. Really like the look of this. Let's put this one away. I'm putting that to one side to dry. So our next ink is this one. Diamine Merlot. I'm hoping this looks really nice wine coloured. I love the Merlot grape in the wine, so let's hope that the ink matches that. So again, we'll fetch in the glass pen. So I've cleaned the glass pen off. Between each ink, I'm giving that a quick clean. So we've got Diamine Merlot. Oh, I'm going to be honest with you. Looking at this, it looks very similar to the Oxblood when I did the initial writing with it. Hopefully, when it dries, it will look a bit different, but we'll soon see because we'll fetch them all in when they've had a chance to dry. So let's do our swatch of this. So in comes that letter opener. Just give it one more go, just so we get a nice colour patch on here. Really struggling with this one. It doesn't seem to want to stick onto this letter opener. Oh, that looks better. There we go. So yeah, this is looking, it's looking a bit more purplish than the Oxblood. As I say, we'll wait while it dries, then we'll have a better look at it. Love the look of the colour there. It does. It looks like that red wine in my glass. Again, we'll move that one out of the way. Fetching the next card. So this time, what we're going to be swatching, it's going to be Ancient Copper. It always tickles me when I see this on YouTube. I've never actually had a bottle of this, so this is the first time I'm trying it in real life. But when you see it on YouTube and people say Ancient Copper, my brain expects it to be more of a greeny colour because as copper oxidizes, it turns green. And to me, something which is ancient copper should be oxidized. So yeah, it does tickle me every time I hear its name. But the ink, as I say, it's Diamine. And it's ancient copper. So it's definitely got more of a coppery colour to it than the other two. It's hard for me to see in this light, and especially using this glass nib, the writing still seems very similar to me. We'll have a better look when it's dried and when we can compare all three of them. So let's stick in the letter opener and see if we can get a better feel for this as it comes out and as we swatch it. There's more of an orange feel to this ink, which, given that it's called copper, you would expect that because I always think copper has been that orangey colour. It's not as pale as what I was expecting. Again, whenever I hear copper, I always think about something which is, you know, that orangey pink and shiny. Whereas this, it's got more of a brown tinge, I would say, from what I can see at the moment. So again, we'll put this bottle away and move the swatch. So we're halfway through. What's our next ink? Well, we're finished with them reds. We're moving on to this brown one. Tobacco Sunburst. I really love my brown inks. I've got quite a few now from Robert Oster, and this is the first time I'm trying a Diamine brown. So let's see how this one goes. Bit of an air bubble there in the top. Fetch in that pen. So this is Diamine Tobacco Sunburst. Love the colour of this. You know, it's a darkish brown. You can definitely tell it's brown. It's definitely not black. Again, it's hard for me to see at the moment, but I can see, well, I would actually call it more like chocolatey type colours. You know, that dark chocolate brown that you can sometimes get. Let's swatch it up now. Yeah, so now I can see where it's saying about the tobacco. It's got the paler browns in it, which do look like what you see on telly when you see people rolling cigars. It looks like that sort of leafy type brown. Again, let's leave this one to dry. So we've got 2 more to go. Let's fetch in the next card. So now we're moving into blues. Let's start off with this one, the Aurora Borealis. This is something I'd love to be able to see them, the Northern Lights. I think every time you see it on TV, it's just so awe-inspiring. I think it's something which would be really nice to be able to see in real life. Chances of happening, well, it's a long way from Australia to the Arctic, so I don't think I'll ever get to see it, but yeah, it's something I really would love to see. So let's get into this bottle. I mean, the beautiful blue that I can already see coming through, just around the lip of the bottle. So let's dip in. So this one is Diamine Aurora Borealis. This is a very different blue than all the other blue inks I've currently got. Most of my blue inks, they tend towards the turquoise. There's a few of them which are more of like the traditional, what I would call a schoolboy blue, which is the next one, like that sapphire colour. Whereas this one, I don't know, maybe you would say it's moving in towards like a tealy type colour. Very different than what I normally would be buying. So let's swatch this one. Oh, we've got a good amount of ink on this one. Ooh, really like this. I can see this being an ink that I may soon turn to as one of my favourite blues. It's different. I like different colours. To me, this is one of the beauties of using a fountain pen. The different colours of inks from the different manufacturers really lets you show a little bit of individualism, which is really important nowadays. So, let's move this one to one side to dry. Dirty Gary just managed to put his finger right in it. So just clean that off now. Okay, so we're fetching the last card. So our last ink that we're going to be testing today is, again, this one. It's called Sapphire Blue. Now, the pictures that I saw when I was ordering this, it looks more of that standard type blue that I tend to go for. One of my favourite blues is made by Colourverse, and it's called Supernova. But I've got to be honest, the cost of a bottle of it, it's just ridiculous. I can buy the equivalent volume-wise of ink for less than half the price by using a Diamine. So this is where I want to really try these out and see if there's something similar to that Supernova that really jumps at me. And when I was looking at the pictures when I was ordering this looks very similar to Supernova. Okay, let's open the bottle. Okay, here we go. So Diamine Sapphire Blue. I can tell you after just that little bit of writing, it's not the same colour. It's nice, and I think it could possibly be something that I'd come to use and prefer over that Supernova. It's a little bit more purpley than the Supernova, but that's all right. Again, trying different inks, experimenting, and allowing this to drive my individuality through the use of my pens and my inks. So let's get this out here. Yeah, look at that. You can see the purples coming through already. It looks nice though. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't. And similar to that Aurora Borealis, I can see this one quickly becoming a favourite ink to use because the colour it's different. I do like purpley colours, and one of the things I've been on the hunt for is a nice purple. And this might be a good candidate for that. It's vibrant, it's nice and saturated. One of the things I do like is I do like saturated colours. So yeah, really looking forward to seeing how this one dries. So I'll put this bottle away, move this over to dry. So let's start looking at these again now they've had a chance to dry. So the Oxblood. I can see where it gets its name. It's definitely that blood colour. It's dried, a bit more browner than what it looked when I was putting it down. But yeah, it looks really nice. Can't see anything like a sheen or anything. Next one we'll look at is the Diamine Merlot. Again, a bit more browner than what I was expecting, which is nice because, you know, I am tending to move towards using browner inks. It's got that hints of red there, you can see as well. Love the look of this one. It's going to be, if I had to choose between any of these inks, well, I don't know if I can because they're all really nice. Ancient Copper. Well, as I said, the name to me is a bit misleading because I would expect it to be a bit on the greeny side, but it's not. It's definitely a darker copper colour. I'd be interested to see how this one works when I've got it in a pen. Again, no sheen coming up. You know, you've got some different shades. You've got more orangey here, tending towards the browner side. Again, it's another one. Looks nice. Tobacco Sunburst. Interesting colour this. You know, when I was writing with it, it looked very dark, but as it's dried and it's lightened up, I really like this. The one I've got in mind with this that I've got at the moment is a Robert Oster ink called Cafe Crema. To me, this reminds me of that. It's like that coffee, that colour you get on the top of a black coffee when you've got that crema there. So it's got that pale brown with hints of like creaminess into it. The Aurora Borealis. Yeah, it's dried lovely. I can't wait to get this one into a pen. Not sure what pen I'll put it into. I may put it into a medium nib. In fact, it might have worked nicely in a fine nib. I think this will be high on my list for my pens in use for March because, you know, it looks so nice. And then my last one. This blue sapphire or sapphire blue. Definitely got that hints of purple in there. You know, on the picture when I ordered it, it showed like some red edges to it. Not seeing that on here. Now, that could be the paper, it could be the light because I'm under really bright LED lights here, so that might be hiding any sheen or shimmer. This is one again, looking forward to playing with it, to trying it out. So if I fetch in my inks, so we've got Oxblood, we've got Molar, Ancient Copper, straighten that one up, Tobacco Sunburst, Aurora Borealis, and Sapphire Blue. Some really nice inks here for me to be playing around with. I think they're really going to enhance my collection. And of course, we can't forget, we also got that TWSBI 580 nib, which is a broad nib to replace the current extra fine that I've got in my TWSBI 580. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Do you have these inks? What do you think about them? Why not drop a comment down below? Let's kickstart that conversation. Are there any inks that you think I'd be interested in? Again, drop the details down below so that again I can add it to the list of inks that I want to try. Please hit the like button, hit that thumbs up. The more people that like and comment on my videos, well, it helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so that you can get new videos as I release them. I'll talk to you again soon.